Hello everybody, how are you diddling? Hopefully, God, I'm turning into Ned Flanders. Hopefully you're diddling well. And this video is going out a little bit earlier than I thought it was. I had to check back on some kind of like dates and times for kind of like Kabam and when I was able to talk about 35.0, but this video is out now, 4 PM UK time, I want to say. But yeah, 35.0 release notes. And this is really, really exciting. As a lot of you know, like from other Marvel games, Marvel Future Fight were putting out content saying that, oh yes, we've got Marvel, we've got Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. And it looks like Kabam are doing something as well to tie in, which is great. It's great to see like a tie-in type event. To a degree, I don't think there's any challenge this month, at least what Kabam haven't let on to. And also, I might have to do a secondary video about the side event, and then side event totals will probably be out on Saturday. So look out for those two videos accompanying this video. So very exciting. We've got the main event, which is the Strange Fate, which is an unseen enemy has begun to weaken, blah, blah, blah. America Chavez, Wong, falls to Wong to stop them. And yes, that is indeed the case, as I am so excited for this. And in the next 2 weeks, I'm going to start saving up 6-star shards for potentially getting Wong. Now, I don't have a better kind of version of this. I really want to see a front version of Wong, just to kind of make sure it's kind of modeled after Benedict Wong, who is the actor who you know, plays Wong in it's kind of weird, isn't it, to kind of go Benedict Wong plays Wong in Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness and Doctor Strange based films. But I'm really excited about this. Also because it comes on a month where we're seeing Mordo get a buff, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. And yeah, it's just great. Like, it's just great to see like a character that I really want to see come into the game. That is maybe more popular in the MCU and in a cinematic stage than anything. We're going to the spotlights, I think, around early next week. So that's for that. Rintrah. Now, I'm not really... unless there's something specifically about this particular champion, the animations, which I hope, you know, Wong's animations are amazing. And I've got to be honest, each month, that's the one department I don't have any worry when it comes to Marvel Contest. And some of the best work that comes out of Marvel Contest is with the animation team and the people that design and build the champions. Abilities, not sure about from time to time, but hey, it's all good. Rintrah, though, I'm still not completely sure about. I guess in some ways this will tie into what the film may have, but it may kind of go in a different direction. There's this whole thing about how Rintrah's consciousness allowed Doctor Strange's kind of astral form to kind of like project itself into them, and kind of how they cohabited a body in order to get over the fact that Doctor Strange's body was mortally wounded. That's a kind of real kind of short version of that. It ain't great. But how it ends is Rintrah remained with Doctor Strange and accompanied him back to Earth 616 after saving Wong and Topaz, and hoped to serve the Sorcerer Supreme, but he refused, but was able to aid him in battle against the Water Elemental and the Cats. As Earth was invaded, and then Rintrah studied at Kamataj while Strange was away, but after defeating the Dark Forces, Strange attained godhood and slowly became detached from humanity. So Rintrah then returned to Entheramon, to his dimension. So there's kind of like some stuff with interdimensional play right there. So I get it, like it does form like, and there's more to it. Like I'm just kind of like really kind of doing the abridged version, and there's the thing about the Rintrah being the apprentice of Doctor Strange. So it's very much a case of like what kind of state we see Rintrah when he's introduced into game. So either way, from a backstory perspective, it makes sense. It's just one of these characters that could be, it's either going to be a good Mystic introduction or not. It's great to see two Mystics as well, because the Mystic Lion hasn't seen anything too substantial in recent months, so that's good. Okay, the next thing we're going to have, probably have to do a separate video on, is a side quest. I don't have any side quest information, but I can imagine that will drop very, very soon, and you know, come back to the channel because we'll be doing that, and also we'll be doing more kind of like, you know, side quest totals as we normally do after we get the info. So what is going on? What kind of side event are we looking at? Well, as it says here, it's a battle daily through the week to earn boost that you'll need if you hope to show Dormmamu that you're more than he bargained for at the end of each week's cycle. So that's a bit strange because we've gone back to a very restrictive to grind. Power up your sling ring to get rewards. exclusive items, and of course maintain the delicate balance of a myriad of the multiverses. So that sounds pretty cool. It's great that we've got this kind of like thing with the sling rings or whatever that is going to be. It's going to be interesting. I look forward to that. Boosts and then a week kind of thing to kind of a weekly thing to go and grind. What does this remind me of? Well, this reminds me a little bit of Heralds of Galactus. Not 100%. There is another event which it 100% reminds me of. But you can get an idea of like the weekly side of things. If you're playing the game for a little while, you'll know how these type of events work on a daily basis. There's different things that drop. On different types of days, there could be various different things. It gives me little vibes of the kind of the Hades kind of invasions to a slight degree. But the main degree, and what this 100% reminds me of, is something a long time ago called Trials of the King. So if anybody remembers back, Jesus Christ, 4 years ago. Remembering 4 years ago, my word. Look, 4 years ago, there was an event, Trials of the King, and it had a 7-day cycle, with the 7th day being the Trial of the Infinite. During these particular mini daily event type things, which unfortunately did restrict you, and I don't know if Kabam are going to do that, in that you have to each day go in to grind the specific quest to grab the boost to then go and then kind of like, you know, pick up what you need to then do the 7th day. I don't know if that's going to be the scheme of things, because it does mean that you would have to be very active in game over the month, which isn't entirely great, but I do get it. That's what Kabam want to do, so, you know, maybe we'll have to be a bit active with it. This was actually put on the forums a long time ago, 4 years ago, and does showcase like how this would theoretically work with the different days, and plus the different types of elements that you'll need, which it looks like this. God, that's not great, is it? I need to zoom in. But it says Essence of Heart, Essence of Patience, Essence of whatever, and those were the things that you've got as a result, and that helped you going into the final quest. I can't remember if it was something that you could use. I think you had to use it. No, you picked it up. You picked it up on the daily quest, and then you in a fight for use in the Trial of the Infinite. The Trial of the Infinite being the 7th day. And all these little boosts you pick up through the week looked a bit like this. I like that one because it's a little tortoise, it's a little Frank. So you get the Frank boost. And I think I referred to that back then about being the Frank boost. So whether or not Kabam are going to return back with something like this, and because it's like one entry at a time, I don't know if you could do all difficulties or just one difficulty. And that would be what you restricted to. But in any case, like, I'm just forming this as a comparison-based thing. It may be a case that this will not be how it will look. Essentially because, you know, you do like 1 day entry and then Trials of the Infinite here, which would be like your final day, your kind of Dormmamu takedown, which I would say would be Wednesday each week. So it would start off like it would be Wednesday, like give you an example, it would be Wednesday. This would start off as day 1 being, I don't know, Wednesday the 27th, then it'd be the 28th, 29th, 30th, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and then it would be the Tuesday? It might be the Tuesday or the Wednesday for that one. Yeah, something like that, where it kind of then drops the Infinite or the Dormmamu based quest. But we need to do a full dissection of that one, and I will be doing a video, you know, on day launch going, this is how it works. And I'm hoping Kabam do like breakdowns of things like they did with the thing 4 years ago, where they went over the different types of boosts and things that you pick up. But we'll have a full video on this one. I don't want to continue speculation. I just want to say that this event is similar. I'll put a link to the description for stuff if Kabam haven't announced then what it's going to be like. But that's still pretty cool. In any case, back to whatever Kabam are going to be dropping. So what else? Eternity of Pain begins. So that's on the 11th of May, and from what I gather, there is a second kind of run of this, which is great, and that's going to be fantastic. And more chance to get Paragon, so that's great as well. Something to look forward to, something to grind towards. I love it. We've also got Paragon coming into the game. If you are thinking of being Paragon, I'm going to be doing a process grind guide on that one, especially when we start getting information of what the rewards are going to be for Eternity of Pain, because then I can start crafting some really decent guides to go, okay, well, if you do this content, you can get Paragon. If you don't do this, or you have done that, or you look forward to this, or you find areas here, you can have an opportunity. So I'm going to be doing that content very, very soon, and look out for that as I'm on the grind. Another bit of good news is that Storm and Mordo are having a tune-up, which I'm going to be covering in another video. I kind of feel like I want to just talk about just the release notes, and then we kind of talk about the other things that are coming in game. Quality of life updates, cycle energy champions. You can now tap on champions from Synergy pop-up and toggle for your other rarities. Team select from quest. That's great in order to reset stuff and kind of redo things. Rank up gem selector, brilliant addition. Difficulty selection memory and crystal scroll memory. That's great for kind of like recording content, and as well for other players as well. I just want to go, well, I go back and it's like, okay, well there's the crystal I was last at. So that's going to be really good news. Lots of bug fixes here and there. Just seen with Penny Parker, perform a parry will no longer also trigger auto block and activate her auto block timer. Is that a nerf to the defensive application of Penny Parker? Auto block will now correctly resist heavy attacks when Sync Shield is active. That's good. Auto block will no longer trigger on attacks whiff. That's very good, especially when playing. And what else? Magneto no longer be able to have an infinite duration unstoppable heavy attack. Did he what? That needs to be looked into. I don't know what that means. Also, Hercules, immortality will now pause when triggered with Spider-Ham's Polka Poppers. That's good. And a few other things as well. I'm just seeing if there's anything ridiculous. But yeah, there's a few things there. There's also updated animations for Storm on heavy attack and special attacks, and a victory animation. So a few improvements here or there. And yeah, that is really being it. We'll be doing some more content on this later on, and look out for the Mordo and Storm buffs that I'll be covering in a future video. Thank you very much for watching this video. Make sure as well to check out some other content which will be located boom on screen right now, and I'll see you in the next video whenever that'll be. Have a good one. Cheers everybody. Bye bye.